is a baseball legend who's been on the receiving end of lots of line drives and locker room trash talk, but nothing prepared Curt Schilling for the response he got when he tweeted about his 17-year-old daughter. And what Schilling did next has some people calling him an all-star dad. Here's ABC's Gio Benitez.
Baseball great Curt Schilling is a good sport when it comes to online trash talking, but mess with his daughter, well, that's where he draws the line.
She's my only daughter. She's got a pure heart.
The former Red Sox pitcher and ESPN commentator got a taste of just how cruel online trolls can be when he tweeted this congratulatory message to his 17-year-old daughter after she was accepted into Salve Regina University. Congrats to Gabby Schilling, who will pitch for the Seahawks next year. And with that came a barrage of sexually explicit tweets aimed at the young athlete.
I looked and I thought, okay, this is going to be a problem.
The vitriolic responses, too graphic for us to show here, alluded to lewd acts and rape.
I grew up in a locker room. I grew up playing sports. I know what it means to be an idiot that says dumb stuff. Never in my life have I ever uttered half of the words that these guys were posting in the presence of a woman, and I never will.
His daughter Gabby eventually got wind of the trolling.
There were so many comments, and they got worse and worse, and people were feeding off of each other, and they were all negative.
I thought, I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to drive 3 hours and I'm going to beat the hell out of a couple guys. And then I started to think about it and took a breath and stepped back.
And that's when Schilling decided to take matters into his own hands. He took screenshots of the crude messages and posted them on his blog, striking back at two internet trolls in particular, revealing their identities to his fans and asking, is this even remotely okay in any world at any time? One of the people named by Schilling used to work right here with the New York Yankees as a ticket seller. Not anymore. The Yankees saying they have zero tolerance for anything like this. Another tweeter, he's been suspended from school. Twitter, for its part, recently increased the size of its support team handling abuse reports. Last month, Twitter CEO Dick Costolo addressed the problem directly, writing an internal memo. We suck at dealing with abuse and trolls on the platform, and we've sucked at it for years. We're going to start kicking these people off right and left and making sure that when they issue their ridiculous attacks, nobody hears them. Schilling is not the only public figure targeted by cyberbullies. In fact, it's so commonplace in Hollywood that Jimmy Kimmel regularly pokes fun at it.
We call it celebrities read mean tweets.
Asking celebrities to read aloud awful things people have tweeted about them.
Christina Applegate, you were better when you wore spandex instead of Spanx, you old slut.
First things first, I'm the realest.
And last month, Iggy Azalea became the latest star to swear off social media after being attacked on Twitter. In one of her last tweets, she wrote, I feel the hatred and pettiness I see online at all times is making me become an angry person, and I cannot be that. She also elaborated her frustration in an interview with Boston's 103.3 AMP radio last summer.
So I kind of find it really ironic when I see 12-year-olds tweet me and being like, you suck, we have a number one. And I'm sort of like, you don't have a number one. Your favorite artist does, but you're 12. Writing this from your mom's computer.
Iggy can hand off her Twitter account to her managers, but for the thousands of students bullied online each day, there's often no place to hide.
You are gross, like you. You are so pathetic, it's so funny. I was like, what did I even do?
Last year, Nightline visited with Jamie Bushy, a high school freshman who was the target of hateful postings on the site, Ask.fm.
I'ma throw a rock at your head when you're cheerleading. You suck at it anyways, you troll. They would tell me to kill myself and cut myself and all that kind of stuff.
Jamie said the harassment caused her grades to plummet and made her paranoid in school. She was left wondering which of her classmates might be one of her online tormentors.
Anonymous kind of does make it worse because then I could be walking right next to them. It could have been my best friend and I had no idea. And she could have been planning to do it the next night and I would just have no clue.
Last year, Ask.fm told us that they, quote, proactively scan posts and take down offensive content. We reached out to them again today for comment, but have not heard back at airtime.
The world the internet creates is alarmingly like what the brain of a psychopath looks like.
Paula Todd is the author of Extreme Mean and says anonymity contributes to this type of cyberbullying.
We could be living in the mindset of a psychopath. And that means not caring about each other, not seeing each other, getting your laughs at the expense of somebody else, or really, really hurting somebody. That's how a psychopath feels.
It took the intervention of parents and school administrators to stop Jamie's bullies. Today, her mother, April, says she's a different girl than the one who ran away and attempted suicide. She has a close circle of friends and is even playing a part in her high school musical. But not every teen is as lucky as Jamie.
She was so despondent and depressed that she attempted to take her life.
The attempt was 2 years ago after Kiana Ariano, a high school cheerleader, received harassing anonymous posts on the same social media site, Ask FM.
They threatened her, called her horrible names, even told her that they would help her kill herself.
Kiana survived the suicide attempt, but a brain injury left her unable to walk. They've found some solace in the so-called Kiana Ariano's Law, named in honor of the teenager. If signed into law, bullying on social media will be considered a misdemeanor in Colorado, punishable by up to 6 months in jail.
I really hope that it goes through because it'll help other people.
34 states have already enacted laws regulating online bullying.
In most cases, non-engagement is the best tack to use when you're confronted by these type of bullies. Parents have to look at this and they have to understand they may not be Curt Schilling. They may not have the public forum that Curt Schilling has. And you want to be cautious because what you don't want to do is incite this and grow into something bigger.
For Curt Schilling, calling out the internet trolls who attacked his daughter is a small victory.
I think that people look at this situation and they're a lot more careful about what they say. Nobody should be able to get away with saying things like that to a father about their daughter. Anyone.
Yeah.
Not unless you want the father to strike you out. For Nightline, I'm Gio Benitez in New York.
So, should there be stricter laws protecting you and your children from online bullying? You can weigh in on our Facebook page and tell us what you think should be done.